NHC upsent of Atlantic disturbance that sits off North Florida coast, U.S. National Weather Forecast, August 7th, prolonged heat, expanding thunderstorms, and a tropical disturbance off the Atlantic. Washington, D.C. As the first week of August unfolds, the United States is experiencing increasingly complex and extreme weather patterns nationwide. From record-breaking heat waves in the west and a prolonged stretch of thunderstorms sweeping across the Midwest and Southeast, to the emergence of a tropical disturbance off the Atlantic coast, these developments signal that the country is entering a peak weather phase, demanding heightened awareness and preparedness from the public. Washington, D.C. On August 7th, weather conditions across the United States remain highly variable, while the West continues to endure a prolonged heatwave with elevated wildfire risks. The Midwest and Southeast brace for widespread thunderstorms. Meanwhile, a tropical disturbance off the Atlantic coast is being closely monitored for potential development into a tropical depression in the coming days. The Atlantic basin remains largely calm as summer begins its peak season. Yet the National Hurricane Center is closely monitoring two areas with potential to intensify over the next week. While nothing poses an immediate threat to South Florida, the signs point toward a possible uptick in activity as the region ventures into August and beyond. Hurricane season is starting to be more active, which is normal for this time of year. Our first weather warning team is watching 3 areas and locations that may move. That is Tropical Storm Dexter. But the National Hurricane Center is also watching several other areas of concern in the Atlantic Ocean and Christina. We have 3 areas to watch. 1 named storm, 2 tropical waves. So we'll talk about Tropical Storm Dexter first. It's expected to move into the North Atlantic without impacting land, and that's our only named storm at this time. In addition, we have a tropical wave in the East Atlantic which is causing some disorganized rain and sweat. This tropical wave can form this weekend, even throughout the weekend and over the next 7 days, with about a 50% chance of development. A little closer to land, there is a low-pressure trunk that will develop, where it may gradually develop over the next few days. So, like other tropical waves, a tropical wave may form by the end of this week. If not this weekend, the chance of development is about 40% over the next 7 days. What the NHC is tracking. Tropical Storm Dexter does not pose a threat to land in the mid-Atlantic, having steered north of Bermuda. Off the southeastern U.S. coast, a weak trough currently several hundred miles offshore the North Florida coast may evolve into an area of low pressure within a day. Conditions are expected to become marginally favorable, giving it an approximately 40% chance of tropical development over 7 days. Though only approximately 10% within 48 hours. This potential storm will sit for a few more days as it likely develops into a low-pressure cell. Despite its current location, which is nearby our area, most modeling shows it drifting northeast and away from us if it forms. However, a few mode runs do show it moving west, so we do need to keep an eye on this situation. Main development region, Central Tropical Atlantic. A tropical wave is moving west-northwest from the African coast, currently producing scattered showers and storms. Forecasts suggest gradual organization with an approximately 40% probability of becoming a tropical depression by later this week or over the weekend. Storm modeling indicates this is a disturbance we will have to keep an eye on in South Florida. Additionally, longer-range modeling indicates we might have another Cape Verde-type wave to contend within a week or 10 days that could strengthen into a storm of note around the Lesser Antilles. We will continue to monitor these developments daily at the Boca Raton Tribune. Fire. Western U.S. Extreme heat and elevated wildfire threat. Across California, Nevada, and Arizona, extreme heat persists, with daytime highs ranging from 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. 38 to 43 degrees Celsius. Southern inland California, especially the Central Valley, remains under a level 2 heat alert through the end of the week. Wildfire risk is especially high in forested areas like Northern California and Western Nevada, where low humidity and dry winds are exacerbating fire danger. The U.S. Forest Service urges residents to strictly follow wildfire prevention protocols during this critical period. Cloud with lightning and rain. Midwest and Great Lakes, thunderstorms return. Flash flood alerts issued in states such as Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and much of Ohio. A strong band of thunderstorms is making a comeback. On August 7th, many areas are expected to receive 1 to 2 inches of rain, with localized totals exceeding 3 inches. Strong wind gusts and isolated small hail may accompany the storms. In the Great Lakes region, strong winds over Lake Michigan and Lake Erie could lead to high waves, impacting boating and fishing activities. Temperatures range between 65 to 78 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 25 degrees Celsius, offering a cooler contrast to much of the country. Sun behind rain. Cloud. Northeast, cloudy skies and scattered showers. In New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and Massachusetts, August 7th is expected to be marked by overcast skies and scattered afternoon showers, particularly along the coast and in the Appalachian foothills. Major cities like Boston and New York City will experience temperatures between 74 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 23 to 28 degrees Celsius. High humidity levels may cause discomfort despite moderate temperatures. Cloud with lightning. Southeast, afternoon storms develop. Watching offshore disturbance. Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and surrounding states are forecast to see typical summer patterns: sunny mornings followed by scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening. Notably, a tropical disturbance off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina is under close surveillance by the National Hurricane Center, NHC. Though it hasn't developed a defined circulation yet, models suggest a high chance of it evolving into a tropical depression within 3 to 5 days. If named, it would become Tropical Storm Erin, the next on this year's list. Sun. Texas and Gulf Coast, scorching heat continues. In Texas, especially in cities like Dallas, Austin, and Houston, temperatures are expected to soar between 101 to 106 degrees Fahrenheit, 39 to 41 degrees Celsius. Combined with high humidity, the heat index may exceed 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 43 degrees Celsius. While no storms have formed yet in the Gulf of Mexico, sea surface temperatures are running above 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, ideal for tropical development should any disturbance emerge. Coastal residents are advised to stay tuned to forecasts throughout the week. Sun behind small cloud. Pacific Northwest and Alaska, coolest and calmest weather in the nation. Washington, Oregon, and most of Alaska are enjoying some of the most comfortable weather nationwide. Daytime temperatures will range between 64 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 24 degrees Celsius, with mostly cloudy skies and light, isolated showers in higher elevations. These regions currently face no hazardous weather alerts, making them attractive destinations for those looking to escape the extreme heat elsewhere. Bar graph. U.S. weather overview, August 7th. Region, temperatures, weather highlights. Western U.S., 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Extreme heat, wildfire risk. Midwest and Great Lakes, 65 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Strong storms, flash flooding possible. Northeast, 74 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Cloudy with light showers. Southeast, 85 to 94 degrees Fahrenheit. Afternoon storms, monitoring offshore disturbance. Texas and Gulf Coast, 101 to 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Intense heat, high humidity. Pacific Northwest and Alaska, 64 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Cool, stable, and pleasant. Bell advisories for August 7th. Avoid outdoor activities during midday hours in western states and Texas to prevent heat-related illnesses. Carry an umbrella or light rain jacket in the Midwest and Southeast due to the potential for sudden thunderstorms. Coastal communities along the Atlantic should closely monitor updates from the NHC regarding the possible development of Tropical Storm Erin. Conclusion. The weather on August 7th continues to highlight the growing impact of climate variability across the United States. With stark regional contrasts and an increase in extreme events, residents are advised to stay informed and take proactive steps to adapt to rapidly changing weather conditions.